Welcome to Purpose Before Performance, where your purpose leads and your performance follows. Season 1, Foundations, Episode 1, Where the Work Begins. Let's dive in. I'm Zivia, and today we're going to do something different. We're going to dive into, this show is about actors, right? Not just actors, artists, creators, and dreamers. So we're going to talk about where we break down the why and how behind our work as artists, our passions, and most importantly, our purpose. If you're here, you're probably looking for meaning, because as artists, we're looking for some type of direction, or maybe even a way just to level up in your craft. Well, this is the place for you. So we're going to talk about mythology and how mythology transformed the way we approach our arts as far as acting. And I'll also be introducing the Generation Passion Method, which is a unique framework for building powerful connections through purpose, inner truth, and authenticity. Now let's talk about purpose. What exactly is purpose, right? When you think about it. And why is it so critical to our creative process when we're creating, as actors or whatever kind of artist you are? What is your purpose? Because purpose is the fuel that drives every decision, every action, every project we take on, right? It's the reason behind the passion. So when you understand your purpose, you no longer create from a place of fear. You create from a place of power and clarity. Purpose is what connects your mind, body, spirit, and that all connects to what? Your craft. So it gives you your direction as an artist, but as a human being, you have your purpose. And then that's when you start to work from a deeper meaning. So no, it doesn't feel like work. You know how some people are like, oh, I gotta go to work, Who wants to feel like that? It feels more like a calling. For example, if you look at how some very popular, iconic artists today, and even in the modern days, right? There's things constantly changing in the world. But guess what, y'all? There's still one thing in common. Purpose. It's not just about making art. It's about why they made the art. It's about what they wanted to contribute to the world. And that's what Generation Passion Method is. The Generation Passion Method. It's all about finding your purpose and aligning it with your creativity. So before we jump into the Generation Passion Method, let's take a look at some legends. Okay, I cannot talk about mythology and not mention Strasberg, Adler, and Mr. Meisner. See, they all brought something unique to the table, right? In their own unique way. Strasberg brought the psychological approach, the inner life of the character. And Adler, he focused on the imagination, right? The social world. And Meisner, he was all about working from your gut, moment to moment, getting out of your head. And being truthful under imaginary circumstances, because that's what acting is. So each of these methods is shaped the way we approach acting today. But what happens when we take their teachings a little bit step, just go a little further and just think about the purpose. See, that's where Generation Passion method comes in. It's not about tapping into the psychological or the social world or behavior. It's about connecting all of that into a deeper purpose. You have to ask yourself, like, what drives you as an artist? Like, what gets you going? What motivates you? Why do you do what you do? See, this is what helps us get into exploring and get into asking those questions so we can get to the purpose. So now that we established what the purpose is and how important it is, right? Let's break down the core elements of the Generation Passion method. So it's the foundation of 3 key pillars, right? We have inner truth, powerful connections, and purpose-driven art. So the inner truth, so this is about your self-awareness. You have to know who you are, what you want, and where you're going. Because if you can't answer those questions, I don't know what you're doing, and you sure don't know what you're doing, right? So it's not about just tapping into your creativity. It's about tapping into yourself. What does your heart tell you? What do you want to express? So when you're grounded in your own truth, your art becomes authentic. It comes from a place of honesty, right? Your vulnerability and power. Which brings me to the next point I was going to mention. Powerful connections. See, creativity is not just a one-person thing, right? A solo act. It's about how you connect with the world around you, with other artists, with your audience, and with your community, the people around you. It's not just about you. It's about understanding that your work is a conversation with the world. It's not just about being isolated. The Generation Passion method emphasizes the importance of building relationships, both personal or professional, because this all plays a role into your creative foundation of your purpose, your purpose-driven art. See, this ties everything together. Purpose is the underlying that connects the inner truth and the powerful connections to your work, right? Now, we've covered the core method for the Generation Passion method. But how do we make this real? Like how, when you hear it, okay, this is my purpose, how do you apply it into your everyday life? You have to set clear intentions. Like, for example, if you're an artist, if you're an actor, and you're going to an audition, you have a project, you should take on, the first thing you should be thinking about is what? What is my purpose? You have to ask yourself that. Why? What am I doing? What am I doing to contribute? Like, why am I here? If you can't answer those questions, then maybe we should start thinking differently. You have to align your goals with your values. Your goals need to reflect what matters to you. So when you make it authentic and then surround yourself with people who share your passion, right? And also people who inspire you, because you want to be around people who inspire you. So you want to be able to create as an artist. So when you have the courage to do that and create, it's not about waiting for permission or waiting on anything to be perfect. You'll never be perfect, right? You have to create from a place of purpose. Have the courage to share your voice, because everyone has a voice. So when you clear on your purpose and you can just push through tough times and you know why you're doing what you're doing and you can answer these questions as an actor, Whether you're struggling with feeling disconnected from your craft, just remember you are not alone. Because a lot of artists, whether we admit it or not, we all go through that. Whether it's personal or something we're going through, a lot of times we'll be in the middle of a role and something can just happen in life. Because life be happening. But the show still goes on. So you have to know how to balance that. Know your purpose, know who you are, know yourself by still being connected. So we're going to wrap things up. That was just an introduction to the Generation Passion Method, but we're going to talk a lot more about that. Just to recap, we talked about the understanding and acting the importance of purpose. And remember, it's not about the technique. It's about connecting your art with something deeper, something that just gets you going, that moves you. I want you all to start thinking about your purpose as an artist. What message do you want to share with the world? Because your journey doesn't have to be perfect, but you should be authentic, right? Because we all different. So if you found this episode inspiring, or you would like to hear more about Generation Passion Method, make sure y'all subscribe to Generation Passion Show, because we're definitely going to get a little deeper into it. You don't want to miss the next one. It's going to get real good. So thank y'all so much for your time, and thank you for joining me. Your girl Zivia. And remember, your purpose is your power.